I love it when you call me señorita. I wish I could pretend I did not need ya, but every touch is oh la la la. It's true la la la.
It's 11 o'clock in the evening, but you are still at the office. Since you got married 1 month ago, you force yourself to go home late and go to the office early so that your family's company can quickly recover from being in debt. The fact that your family's company is in trouble because of your brother's failure, and that is the reason why Jungkook was forced to marry you to save the company for bankruptcy, since your family and his are very close. And because of that, you felt sorry for Jungkook since you know that he already has a girlfriend and he is in love with her. You can see that in his eyes. As you heard Jungkook plan to propose to her, and this is what happened. You want the company to recover as soon as possible so that you can divorce Jungkook to set him free. Because since you got married, you always see him sad. It hurts for you because you know that because of you, they broke up with his girlfriend. Jungkook needs to break up with her so that no gossip will happen. Sometimes you want to ask him why he made sacrifices for your family, but you can't because you can't look at him directly because of the guilt that you feel. You are busy in your laptop when someone knocks the door as you tell that person to come in. Ma'am YN, it's already 11. Are you not going home? Secretary Park asks you. Later, I'm almost done. You can go home, Secretary Park. How many times I told you don't wait for me? Are you sure, Mom, you can stay here alone? Of course, thank you for your concern. You can go now. Meanwhile, Jungkook came out of his room and knocked on your room, but no one answered. So he opened it and found out that you weren't there. So he went to the living room and asked the maid, Auntie, did YN come? Not yet, sir. But it's already 12 midnight. Her phone is off. Go to sleep, Auntie. I will wait for her. Later on, Jungkook heard that a car had arrived in a few minutes. You entered the house since you had your own key, so you wouldn't disturb other people. You're about to go up the stairs when someone suddenly spoke in the living room. You flinched when you saw Jungkook sitting on the sofa. Did you eat? He asked. You stop and realize that you haven't eaten yet. Oh, you reply. Jungkook stood up and went closer to you as he bring his face closer to yours while staring at your eyes. You quickly looked down to avoid his stare, but Jungkook held your chin and lift up. Stop lying, you haven't eaten yet. Come, he said as he held your wrist and pulled you going to the kitchen, but you removed his hands from your wrist. He stopped walking and looked at you. Are you still awkward with me? No. Then, what are you doing? I can walk by my own. Okay, fine. Let's go to the kitchen. Sit down, I'll make food for you. I'm okay. You don't need to do that. I said sit down. Stop avoiding me. I'm your husband. He said and gazed on you. I'm not avoiding you. Yes, you did. I tried my best to be close to you, but you're always avoiding me. What's wrong with you? You really want to know? Because Because I felt guilty towards you. I'm ashamed of you for what happened. And because I don't want to fall for you. That's my answer. Yui stands up and walk out. You're about to go upstairs, but Jungkook blocked your way. Why are you afraid to fall in love with me? We are married. You didn't answer. You just passed on him. Why? Why are you afraid to fall in love with me? You turned around and looked at him. Because I know from the beginning that I'm not the owner of your heart. I'm not the girl that makes your heart beat. I know that in the end, I'll also be hurt if I let myself fall for you. I'm sorry. I need to rest. I need to go to the office early in the morning. Good night. Jungkook just looked at you, entering your room, but thinking about everything you said. As usual, you leave early in the house while Jungkook is in his deep sleep, without him knowing that early in the morning, before you go, you're always visiting him to check if he's okay, and when you came at night, you always go to his room and fix his blanket, and of course, to see him. You rest your head in the desk while telling yourself, I shouldn't told him that. Later on, Secretary Park came. It's raining non-stop outside, Mom, he said. Really? As you look at the window and saw that there is a heavy rain, as you heard from the news that there is a typhoon. What's wrong? Mark asked after seeing Jungkook is spacing out and looked frustrated. What are you going to do when a woman told you that she don't want to fall for you, since she knows that she's not the owner of my heart? Are you referring to YN? Why, until now you didn't tell her that she's the first one who owns your heart? No, I don't have a chance to tell her. Then tell her. But I don't know how. If you want your marriage to work, it should be time for her to know the truth. By the way, we have to go home early because it's raining hard outside, and I'm here to ask your permission to let the employees to go home early because of the typhoon. Please do that. At 4 in the afternoon, when Jungkook was on his way home, when he thought of you, he tried to call you but you didn't answer because you were currently taking care of your employees. Secretary Park, you need to go home so you know if your family is okay. How about you, Mom? I'll stay here. I need to finish all the documents today for the board meeting tomorrow. All your employees have gone home, including the guards, since it was reported that the typhoon will get stronger, but you insisted on staying to finish the documents for tomorrow's meeting because that's the only hope that you see it. If your proposal passes the board meeting, you can finally divorce Jungkook and set him free. You were about to finish what you were doing, but suddenly blacked out. You thought you should just go home and finish the 3 documents that were left. You used your phone as a flashlight and went down to the parking lot. But you were shocked when you saw your car submerged in the water as you realized that You're trapped in your office building because you know there's no way to get out to go home. So you decided to just go back to your office and stay there until the flood subsided. Meanwhile, Jungkook is restless because it's already 1 a.m. but he wasn't home yet. He's been calling you but your phone is unreachable. He became more anxious and started panicking when he heard the news that the Seoul was flooded, and because of that, the electricity was cut. This is my fault. I should have picked her up earlier. I hope she's okay. You are just sitting on the sofa, waiting for the morning. Your phone's battery is dead, and since blackout, you can't charge it. It's a good thing you have an emergency light in your office that gives light on your office room. I'm starving. Is Jungkook worried about me? Maybe not. When someone bangs the door, you get scared and about to stand up, but you're even more shocked when you recognize that that person is Jungkook. Your husband came and he was wet from the rain. As he quickly ran going to you after he spotted you, and all of a sudden he hugged you while saying, "Thanks God you're safe." What are you doing here? She broke the hug and faced you. What do you mean? Of course I'm here because I'm worried of you. I'm worried about my wife. Why you always make me worry to you? You know, there's a storm. You should go home right away. But I need to finish all the documents. What? Why? Are those documents are so important to you? Oh, because this is my only hope. So I can give you freedom and be with the girl that you love. What are you talking about? After the board meeting, if my proposal will pass, finally I can divorce you. And who told you that you can divorce me? Why? Do you think I married you just to divorce me? Why are you angry? You should be happy because you can get back together with your ex. My heart is full of guilt because I know because of me and my family, you two broke up. I can't sleep because I know I ruined someone's relationship. Then hear me. I met my first love 6 years ago. She is unique and strong girl. I really fall in love with her, but I have no courage to tell her about my feelings. And because I'm afraid that my feelings can affect my family and her family's closeness, I end up of just contented by looking at her. I came to the point that I want to fight my feelings, so I gathered all my courage to tell her my feelings. But she suddenly left, and I lost my chance to tell her that I love her. Our communication was cut off. Years passed by. I met a new girl, and she became my girlfriend. I thought I was okay. I thought I already forgot my first love, but it wasn't. I broke up with my girlfriend because I didn't want to be unfair to her. 4 days after we broke up, my first love came back, and I found out that I need to marry her to save her family's company. I never hesitate to marry her, not because I want to save their company, but because Finally, I have a chance now to tell her what's my feelings for her. But unfortunately, she think I just marry her for the company. YN, you are the one who truly owns my heart. So don't feel guilty. I thought they forced you to marry me. Well, I'm happy when I found out that I will marry you. So I give you my permission to fall in love with me. And I want you to know that I have no plan to divorce you. Is that clear? Mm, it means I can love you now? Of course, you have a right to do that since you are my wife. Can we start as a couple who don't avoid and hide their true feelings from each other? You just nod. As he hugged you again. You are not hurt? No. You are not afraid? You're alone here. Of course, I was scared earlier, but not now because you're already here. But I'm starving. I know you're going to say that. As he took 5 chocolates bar in his pocket. That's 5 for I love you very much. I'm cheesy, right? Jungkook said. A little, but I like it. I have extra clothes in my drawer, but that's for my yoga exercise. Then can I borrow that? Of course. You go to your table and took your extra clothes. When Jungkook speak again. Can you go home early starting tomorrow so we can eat dinner together? Okay, I will do that since I have no reason to stay here at late. Ah, but my car is submerged by water. Well, for me that's better. Why? So I can send you and pick you up. YN. Huh? Thank you for coming into my life. You just giggle and help him to get dressed. The end. Thank you for watching Kubis. This is DJ Shane signing off.